Hello, I am Ginny. Today we are going to delve into the depths of creation. Today we will create life. We will make something extraordinary out of the very atoms themselves. We will harness the power of the wind and give breath. We will create a whole new universe with infinite possibilities. Or, we would if I was allowed to. I'm still novice at this whole creation thing. I'm not allowed to, gather stardust or monster mushrooms or anything like that. I'm still in training, so I'm only allowed to use the more basic elements. So for now, all I can use are words. However, I do have one element of magic that I am allowed to use. The jar of destiny. It used to say so, like right here, but it kind of got like rubbed off with time, so you can't tell. It kind of gets mixed up with a lot of the jars in the kitchen actually. You'd be surprised how many times that happens. The jar of destiny contains flutters of ideas. It holds the basic elements that are necessary to begin the journey to form a new universe. Each strip of paper is magically infused to hold the power of the words within them. I will pick out 3 of these slips of paper and use the words inside of them to produce a whole new story. The words that come out of my mouth will create the echoes of a universe that only exists in your mind. For now, are you ready? The first slip of paper that I have chosen contains the words flying elephants. The second slip of paper that I have chosen contains the words a skeleton and then a really bad doodle of a skeleton on the side. And the last slip of paper that I have chosen contains the words a spaceship with an all-animal crew. So we have flying elephants, a skeleton, and a spaceship with an all-animal crew. I think I can work with that. 1, 2, 3, go. There was a man. He was a little eccentric, a little mad, a little crazy. Nobody knew what to make of him. But there was one other thing that he was. He was a genius. He loved experimenting. He loved pushing the boundaries of everything he knew. And all he wanted to do was explore the depths of space. He wanted that more than he could ever want anything else in his life. And eventually, he found a way to do that. But it came at a price. You see, the human body is not made to be out in space for undetermined amounts of time. But he found a way around it. He shed his mortal skin. He shed his flesh and his muscle and his blood. And somehow he managed to store his consciousness in just his bones. He was the first skeleton captain to ever pilot a ship into the depths of space. The story that we're talking about today is one of his many adventures. And this one was his quest for the flying elephants. Now, he needed a crew. He didn't know who to take on this journey with him because flying elephants, you see, are very rare. And more importantly, their tusks have healing properties. One snip of that ivory could cure cancer, could cure any of the worst diseases running rampant throughout the whole universe. But he needed a crew. How was he supposed to find these flying elephants without a crew? So he recruited some of the most bizarre and also the most steadfast and kind of stupid creatures that he could find. Animals. Somehow he gave them a more deeper understanding of good and bad, of right and wrong. And he thought, you know what, I'll take them. Human beings were too hard for him to deal with. Also, they tended to point at his bones and just be weirded out all the time, so he couldn't deal with that. So he took this crew of animals that hardly ever questioned him, but did as he told them to. And he took them across the universe. He took them in this ship, a giant ship made of earthen wood, that he managed to get to float in space, to fly in space. He didn't need to breathe. And the animals were given headgear that allowed them to breathe oxygen the way they would on Earth. And they took this ship with its sails fluttering. No, I'm so sorry. That was going so well. And he took this ship with its sails fluttering all across the universe, from Earth to the depths of space, far beyond anybody had ever gone. The journey took them years, hundreds, thousands of years. But seeing as they weren't really mortal anymore, that didn't affect them. They went, they searched the skies until eventually they found the flying elephants. Giant mammoth creatures just walking around in space with nobody to disturb them. They were so happy in their solitude that the skeleton man didn't want to bring them back. He didn't want to disturb their sense of peace. So what he did one night while the elephants were sleeping was he chipped off just a little bit of the tusk, just a little bit, but more than enough to provide for the entire planet. And he came back and he was seen as a hero. They used whatever he brought back of the elephant tusk to cure all the people in the world. And later, when mankind spread out across the galaxies, they took that cure with them. They helped alien races. They helped flying whales and Martians. They helped everyone. All thanks to the skeleton man and his crew of animals. The end. That was surprisingly better than I expected. The story that you just heard was completely improvised. I made it up on the spot. I made it up right now, and I wasn't sure how that was going to go. I've never done improvised anything before, and there was a part when I was telling the story where I just broke off. I didn't know what to say, but it turned out good. I am happy with it. I've never done anything like this before, so it was a new experience for me. If you enjoyed it, then let me know. I will make more of these in the future. I had fun, so I have no problem making more of these. But that is it for today's video. If you want to hear me say more things, you can follow me on Twitter at JennyVersusUniverse. And if you want to see more of my face, you can follow me on Instagram at JennyVersusTheUniverse. You can also subscribe. I make new videos every week, and they are usually things that I have no control over. So, also, I have a side channel where I put up videos semi-regularly, and if you want to watch more of me, you can go click on the link down in the description and subscribe to that. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.